Hello, you're listening to the Careless Talk podcast. I'm your host, Philip Burford, and with me I have my two good friends, Ryan Jolley and Darren Turner.
Hello.
How is everyone, alright?
Yeah, good.
Good, Darren? Good?
Doing well,
Yeah.
doing well.
Everyone had a good day? Nothing to report or anything like that? No?
Nothing to report, yeah.
Good. We have a lot in store for you today in the means of both serious and comical banter and educational discussion. So we'll start today with more Would You Rathers from the last podcast. So a nice little icebreaker coming on here. It's for both of you actually, but we'll start with Darren.
Go on, hit me.
Would you rather discover a cure for cancer or find out once and for all if God really exists?
Have the cure for cancer.
You pick the cure for cancer.
Yeah.
You wouldn't care whether God exists or not.
I think I would care, but I think saving thousands of people is a bit more important than finding out if God exists.
Ryan, same question to you.
Could probably do with a few less people, so I'd satisfy my curiosity, I think, and just see if God exists once and for all.
And
that's quite a good answer.
Do you think you'd be proven wrong? What are your thoughts? Do you think...
I'm open to spirituality and a higher purpose and higher being, but I don't not particularly religious. I'm not necessarily sure if I believe in God as a religious person would identify with it, but could very well be a higher being out there, maybe controlling things.
Okay.
I don't know.
Alright, that's a good answer. We'll go with you straight away, Ryan. Would you rather spend 5 years in prison for something you didn't do, or 10 years in prison for something you did do?
5 years in prison for something I didn't do?
Even though in that 5 years you would be like, I'm in here for no reason at all, other than someone else's wrongdoing. It wouldn't just...
Why would I prefer to spend 10 years in prison?
Because it's something that you actually did.
I know, but I've still got to then spend double the amount of time in prison.
Yeah, alright, true. Darren, same question to you. Spend 5 years in prison for something you didn't do.
I'll spend 5 years in prison.
For something you didn't do?
Yeah, I don't want to add an extra 5 on that just because I did whatever crime it is.
Am I the only person that would think that 10 years?
Yeah, probably, because I can't think of many people who would rather have 10 years
the
than 5 years in prison.
Way that I would rather spend 10 years is if I have something big, and for those of you that can't see, I'm rubbing my fingers together like a lot of money. So if I've robbed a big bank or Fort Knox and I've got multi-millions waiting for me on the outside, then maybe I'll be willing to spend an extra 5 years. But other than that, I'd rather spend as little time as possible in prison.
The thing is, those 5 years are going to feel like a very long time.
Well, you've already done 5 years. I think I'd be like the king of the yard. I'd be shanking people left and right.
No, you'll be everybody's bitch.
Kissing my feet. I'll be like the head honcho of my own
prison.
My own double bed. Everyone will be like cleaning the bunions from my feet.
Right.
You'll be Butch's little plaything.
I'll butcher you.
Out of all the people I've asked today in work, you're the only two people that have said that answer.
No.
I promise you that they've all said
working with a bunch of criminals
that they'd all rather do 10 years in prison because they did it, they're paying for the crime. It's the injustice of you're in there and somebody else should be in that place.
But then you could get out, prove you were innocent, and sue the courts for big bucks.
That's a loophole that we don't know exists there. So no.
I think you're working with a bunch of idiots who are supposed to be quite intelligent in a hospital that would rather, under any circumstances, spend 100% more time in prison than the minimum possible amount that they can get away with.
Yeah, I agree with that, because when you get out, you can sue the police. See what
5 years. 5 years later. Yeah. All right. There's a similar
10
question.
10 years later.
There is a similar question coming up with regards to that in a moment. But okay, talking about genies now and the lamp. He's just popped out and he's going to grant you some wishes. However, he's going to grant you one wish right now, or 3 wishes in 10 years' time, but for the one wish, you cannot wish for more wishes.
Oh, I was just going to say that.
Yeah, I know what you're thinking.
Standard genie rules.
Yeah. 1 wish now, 3 wishes in 10 years' time. I think a lot can happen and a lot can change in 10 years' time. Darren, you're the first one.
Then you get no wishes.
That's true. Point. Exactly. Now or later, basically, is the question in a simplest form.
I would go for later of those three wishes.
You have 3.
Yeah, because every time I get that one wish, I think, I could have wished for something else.
But you're prepared to wait 10 years?
I'm prepared to wait 10 years for my wishes.
Darren, you might not be around in 10 years.
I'm willing to risk that.
I'm not. I'm taking the one wish up front.
One wish, no. You can't wish for more wishes. You just get one wish. Yeah. Do you have any idea what you would use that one wish for if you had one wish right now?
Me personally.
Let's say you said you've got to answer in 10 seconds, otherwise.
Unlimited money.
Unlimited money, don't
I think I'd be boring and go for the same thing.
Unlimited money?
Yeah.
Right.
Money isn't everything, and you can be happy without money. But if you've got a lot of money, it makes it a lot easier to live a more comfortable and happy life.
True.
And unlimited money is quite a lot of money.
That is true. That is, yeah. Well, it's unlimited.
I wish I was more intelligent.
Is that what you put? No, you
Yeah,
changed it.
forget the money. I'll go for more intelligent. That was like
To get
one more
more
intelligent.
You can, yeah.
You got unlimited money, you could do 20 university
You
courses.
can get more knowledgeable, but not more intelligent.
Nah, I'm not sure.
Alright, next question. Darren, would you always have to say everything on your mind or never speak again?
Most of the things on my mind, I'll go for the second one.
So you never speak again?
No.
So
I'll
no.
definitely never speak again
Never
and
speak
say
again.
everything what's on my mind.
Right?
Hmm.
Always have to say everything on your
I
mind
have to say everything that's on my mind.
rather than never speak again.
I think you can get by without a voice and not be able to speak.
How boring is
Because
that?
it would be, but you can write it down.
Oh, who's got time for that? Get carpal tunnel
Learn-
after a week.
Learn sign language.
I'm not learning
That?
sign language.
You just learn it.
Maybe so.
Alright then. Next question. Ryan, would you rather be a dragon or own a dragon? As a pet, for instance.
Did it do my every command, this pet dragon?
Well, you got to teach it. It's quite a long... Think of a dog. Imagine it
I
being
was
a...
trying to teach a dragon and it didn't look that difficult.
Right, well, yeah. Alright then. Yeah, it can do whatever.
What sort of dragon is it? Is it like...
It breathes fire.
Yeah.
It's
fly?
very big and it flies with a big tail and green of colour. You
How
can't
long
change
do they
its
live?
colour. How long do dragons live, Darren, on average? You'll know this with your dragon science.
Believe it or not, that is something I don't know.
Let's say 20 to 40 years, depending on how well you
You
feed
get a
it.
parrot that lives longer than that.
Yeah, true. But it does
What
breathe
do I
fire.
feed it?
I
It
do
does
know
have
they
a lot
grow
of
up fast.
internal problems with breathing fire.
Kind of heartburn.
Yeah, that's one. Can't give it a lot of... It's got to be a lot of Gaveston that you keep
Right.
it.
And
So-
and what do you feed it? What do you feed it?
I'd feed it people.
People.
Mainly little people.
Right. So you'd be
That's a bit
serial killer. That's what you're telling me. Yeah.
By little people, I mean...
Midgets or children.
Children.
Just, like you're supposed to eat little and often. That's what I'm
Right.
thinking of.
Do you mean
So,
midgets or children?
Both, but mainly
Midgets.
looking at midgets.
Right. I don't think that's a good idea then. I think there's a limited supply of midgets.
Yeah. But again, it's just, the question is, would you rather be a dragon? You're going to eat these midgets.
No, but if
you're a
I am the
so-
dragon, and I've got to really look for midgets. I mean, when was the last time you saw a midget?
Yeah, true.
I don't think that's the politically correct term, midget.
It doesn't matter. It's not going live. So,
Small person, let's say.
Darren, you
I
got
can't
something?
believe this is a question. Of course, you would rather have the dragon than be a dragon.
This
Because
is
a dragon's
Darren, yeah.
a dragon's like a big animal. You don't want to be like a big giant creature.
But you like dragons?
I
You get
like
to-
dragons, but
you
I
get
don't want to
a
be
dragon.
one.
No.
Why don't you want to be
I also like
could eat
dogs. I don't want to be a
midgets
dog.
You
Saturday,
can fly. You're at the top of your
Food
chain.
chain. Yeah.
Yeah, but you're still
I'd rather have
a
the dragon
dragon.
as well.
You both own a dragon. Yeah, I'd own a dragon than being a dragon. But it's still pretty cool being a dragon. Pretty fire rated.
I can see that, but
Alright. This is a
I'd
good one.
rather be a human than a dragon.
Yeah. Okay, fine. Next one. Ryan, would you rather be naked on Antarctica or wear a snowsuit in the desert? And you can't take the snowsuit off. It's permanently on you.
So you're asking me, would I rather die in Antarctica or would I rather die in the desert?
Yeah.
Essentially.
Yeah.
I think I'd take the desert one because I reckon you could get, like, if you didn't move much and just lied still and tried to get in some shade,
Yeah.
you might be okay. You're 100% dying naked in Antarctica.
Yeah, okay.
You've no chance of survival, and all your bits will fall off pretty quick as well.
So you'd rather die of heat?
I don't think. I think what I'm saying is, I think you could potentially
A little bit like
survive
that. Oh, okay.
in the desert in a snowsuit. I've got a snowsuit upstairs. It's not that warm.
No, but in the desert, pretty well. You'd rather have it off than on, for instance.
Yeah, but it's not that warm.
Darren,
I've got a Ryan on this one.
the desert
Yeah.
in the snowsuit. See, I'm the opposite between you two.
You'd rather die a miserable cold death in Antarctica?
I'd rather be cold than hot. That's the.
I would rather be
I
cold
don't think
than
you've
hot,
ever been
but-
really cold, Phil.
But I've never
It's
been
like
really
a
hot
choice.
either.
You've been to Australia.
Yeah,
pretty
yeah,
hot there.
And again, we're in a snowsuit in Australia.
Wouldn't
I
have
think
killed you.
No, I'd rather die. I think that would be
No,
horrible.
I see your point, but I think I always see it. I can
People
imagine
wear
it
a
be
lot of
more.
clothes in the desert, don't they? Like the big robes and
True,
Yeah.
true.
don't know what they're called.
Alright, well, we obviously
Yeah.
have
So
different
Phil would rather
opinions on that.
die, and we would rather stay alive, Darren. Is what we've.
He didn't say if there was any rations as well.
Rations, food,
Yeah,
wise, you mean?
food.
Well,
Well,
it's just a
let's be
scenario, isn't
honest,
it?
it's irrelevant what food you've got. If you're in Antarctica with no clothes on, you don't have long
yeah,
left
but if
to
you're in
live.
the
Like, within the
desert,
hour,
you've
you'll
got
be
a
dead.
drink. You've got water.
Yeah, true. Alright, this one's a good one for. I think actually you may be torn, both of you, with this one. Would you rather live in the Harry Potter universe or the Pokemon universe?
Harry Potter.
Harry
Yeah.
Potter,
Really?
definitely.
Right, okay.
Pokemon's cruel. You catch little animals in a ball and make them fight each
Yeah.
other. It's a bit
I knew,
awful, isn't it?
I knew Ryan's was going to be Harry Potter. I thought yours may have been, swayed.
We all know
between the
yours
two,
is
but
Pokemon.
mine would definitely be Pokemon.
Yeah,
I'm
because
not a big
Phil's
fan
not
of
into
Harry Potter.
animal welfare.
Yeah, obviously.
I'm not a big Harry Potter fan.
Not
either.
midget welfare, apparently.
It's true. Alright, Darren, would you rather always tell the truth or always lie? You can't have both. You either have it in your mind where you always tell the truth, or you have it in your mind where you always tell a lie. Which would you rather do?
Tell a lie because you can tell a good lie, but
Yeah.
tell a lie what won't upset people or
Like, no, I didn't kill her, for instance.
exactly. Which I didn't.
Right.
But what if you didn't kill her and they ask you, but you can only lie?
That's a
So
good
then
point.
you've got to say, I
Yeah.
did kill her.
Darren, are you responsible for the murder of Mrs. J. Smith?
Yeah, but
Yes.
well, kind of.
I suppose I didn't think of it. That's quite a good point. Yeah. So which one would you pick, Darren? Are you going with always tell a lie?
I'm going with always tell a lie. I don't want to be that mean to people. Not say, oh my god, you look fat or something.
But are you not
But if
being
they ask
mean
you,
to them?
if they're not fat,
Yeah.
and they ask you, you've got to
You
tell
don't
them
know how
they're
to
fat.
say, well, yeah, or say you.
I'd rather do the
You're a
truth.
bit chubby.
True.
I'm
So
straight up,
different,
mate. I'm a straight shooter.
Would rather always tell the truth.
Mm.
So if somebody said like, right, have you you've not just scratched my car, have you? So you're just gonna go, yep.
I
Sorry, I don't know.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. And Darren, you go, no, I didn't scratch the car at all.
Exactly.
But if you didn't scratch the car,
Yeah, that's true.
You know, I risk it.
All right. A similar one to what I was saying before about the prison. Ryan, would you rather spend 5 years in prison and become rich when you get out, or never go to prison but you'll never become rich?
so I just I am as I am now.
Yeah, but you'll never go to prison. Or you can
I'm
have.
guaranteed to never go to prison no matter what I do.
This is a pretty much guarantee. You never in your lifetime you will never go to prison,
It's pretty awesome.
but you can't start committing crimes. It's
Whoa,
just,
whoa, whoa! That was part of the deal. I'm never going to prison. I can do what I want.
Yeah.
I can be criminal numero uno.
So I'll spend 5 years in prison and become rich.
How rich?
Pretty rich, comfortable, let's say.
5 years.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, I'll stay as I am.
Stay as you are. Never go to prison, but you'll never be rich.
I'll commit loads of crimes and make loads of money, and then I'll be alright.
That wasn't part of it, but yeah. Darren?
What kind of prison is it? Is he talking
It's a
like
bad prison, yeah.
a bad prison?
As bad
Numerous.
as prison can be, yeah.
Right.
So people.
Bum entries.
Yeah.
Mm.
Numerous. Mainly by people called Tyrone.
Yeah.
I like Tyrone. Nothing wrong with Tyrone.
It's like, oh man, I just dropped the soap again, Darren. Why don't you go on and pick it up for me? Pow!
I think I'll go with the second one then. I don't really want to be palled by Tyrone.
But
Have
you're
you
not
seen
rather
Pulp Fiction? It would be similar to that.
Yeah,
Well, the gimp suit.
yeah, really good.
I own one of them.
I know, yeah, I've seen you.
I know.
All right then.
Tried to make you join in.
Our final would you rather for the day. Darren, would you rather be able to fluently speak every language in the world, or be the best in the world at one area or field of your choosing?
Be the best in
In
one
the world or
area
something.
field.
Would
Yeah.
you happen to know what kind of field or area that would be?
Well, I want to be a writer, so
So you'd be the best
obviously
best
I'll be
writer
the best writer. Yeah.
in the world.
Exactly.
Right?
I'd go for the best at one thing.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, I think it's probably quite an obvious.
Make
Although
a good
fluent
clue.
speak every language is pretty good. But what would be your field?
I'd be an inventor.
An inventor, the best inventor in the world. Right, that is the end of our Would You Rathers for the day. We're going on to a serious discussion part now for this part of the podcast. And my question to you both is free will versus determinism. What do you believe? Do you believe in fate, or do you believe in complete free will and your actions basically determines what your outcome is in life? Do you believe that when you, for instance, have a path in front of you, left or right path, you are freely choosing that path, or do you believe it's already been set? That decision you make has actually been predetermined by something or someone of a higher power. I'm not asking whether you believe God exists or it doesn't, but do you believe that your actions were already predetermined?
I would love to believe in the predetermined, that we've all got a set goal, we're all going to meet the one, and we're all going to be whatever we want to be, but unfortunately I don't believe that. I believe in we're just random. We basically just walk around in life and whatever happens.
So random activities.
Yeah, exactly.
Ryan, your thoughts?
I agree with Darren partly. What I disagree with him is I wouldn't like to believe that everything's predetermined.
You want something...
I'm quite happy that everything's random and my choices will determine what becomes of my life, not some fat man with a beard sitting on a cloud has pre-decided how my life's going to turn out. Screw that guy.
Yeah, but
I'm
what
the
about
master
if
of my own destiny.
What about if he wants it to turn out really great, that you want to have a
I don't
great
care.
happy
I want it to be
life?
really shit then. That's what I want.
Fair enough.
I want to
Whatever.
be the master
Fair
of my own destiny.
I'll throw something in our scenario. I'm going to put a buzz on an automatic predetermined path that it will crash into this part of the road no matter what. There's nobody driving it, so there's no free will involved. It's a machine, it's pre-timed, it's going to crash into this point. You're both driving different cars. One of you is behind the other. Let's say Darren's in front of the traffic light, Ryan's behind. And the traffic lights are just about to change green. Darren decides, I tell you what, it's on amber, it's almost green, I'm going to go now. So Darren goes early, he's chosen the free will to go early. And Ryan decides, he's got in front of me, it's now on green, I'm going as well. The buzz is on this collision course, and it's going to crash into one of you. Now Darren initially instigated the go ahead, because Darren went on amber, and you went and followed him because it was on green for you no matter what. However, if Darren didn't go on amber, you wouldn't have gone as soon as what you would have, if that makes sense. But one of you died in this crash and the other one went unscathed. So my question to you is, does that not change your opinion that things are predetermined?
Not one bit.
Not at all?
No.
So you do think that you are random in picking that, I'm going to go on amber, I don't care, I'm in a rush, I need to go. Whereas if you waited 2 seconds and went on green...
But what you're saying, that wouldn't matter. If it's already predetermined.
Yeah. Well, I'm just trying to throw that in. I've thrown in somebody or something. The buzz is not random. It's predetermined that it will definitely crash. It just depends on your two actions.
But that's how everything is in life.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. But most people who have a religious view actually think that this is all predetermined. That I was meant to be here. You always say, people say, "Oh, it was the right place at the right time. It was pre-done." You don't think there's anything that is like, for instance, us sat here now, you don't think it was pre-planned, you think it was just random.
Definitely not.
I think it was pre-planned as he planned it.
Well, I do think it was pre-planned because we pre-planned it.
Yeah, we did pre-plan it, But I mean, there was nothing in the way, it's happening. If, for instance, Darren was unwell today, would that have been because...
No, it's just random chance. So.
It's just all random activity. Yeah, I fully 100% agree. I was trying to throw something in to get you to think. So that ends our part of the discussion podcast for now. Right, we're going to play a little game now. It's called Get Me the Out of Here. Picture this, if you will. You're on an exciting plane journey to an exotic destination. Suddenly, a huge storm approaches and destroys one of the wings on the plane. The plane is hurtling to the surface below at maximum speed.
What's the maximum speed?
It's 500 miles an hour.
It doesn't matter what the maximum speed is.
Yeah,
It's a bit like
Yeah.
one of those prop planes.
But it's
that only goes
hurling
120.
down. It's not going to go slow, is it?
There's more to it.
It didn't say vertically down, it just said down.
It hits the sea, and the crash renders you unconscious.
The crash would render me dead at 500 miles an hour.
No, just like we were saying before, you chose a particular seat.
Right.
The way the plane was spinning.
The plane would be
Seat
disintegrated.
Well, let's just say it's not. This is.
So it's not going at maximum speed.
Well, all right. Yeah, well, it's going as fast as it will.
And it's not going straight down either, otherwise it would definitely disintegrate.
Yeah. Okay.
So the pilot still got control partially of the plane. Is that what you're saying?
The pilots, yeah. All right, yeah, fine. The pilots, yeah. Trying to call it. Anyway, that's irrelevant.
Nothing is irrelevant though.
You're unconscious in the sea. It's crashed in the sea,
Yeah.
right? You're unconscious. You wake up, washed up on a beach on a desert island with 0 inhabitants.
How big is this island?
Let's say a square mile.
It's not very big, square mile.
It's alright for one person.
Okay.
Yeah.
Trees and stuff on it.
Yeah, there's trees. Yeah, usual, sea and some vegetation.
Is there any fresh water?
Not as far as you know, but you've only just woke up. You're not 100% sure, but you can see trees, you can see sea and sand. Maybe tiny mountains that you can climb around. You're not sure about that. Again,
So it's probably a bit bigger than a square mile to the mountain.
Oh, right. Anyway, as you washed up on the beach and you wake up, there's a crate next to you, a mysterious crate that has been floating alongside you as you've been unconscious in the sea. On the top of the crate was inscribed the following words:
3 items for thee. 1 book, 1 album, and 1 luxury. Choose now and choose wisely.
Here's a scenario. You're on a desert island with 0 inhabitants. You can live and sustain yourself.
So there is fresh water.
Yeah, there is fresh water. Okay, that was the twist to the story, I'll say. You get to choose in before you open this crate.
Mm-hmm.
It will have 1 book of your choice,
Right.
1 luxury item, but the luxury item can't be anything living, and it can't be anything to help you escape the island. This is just to help you cope with the sanity of being in the island on your own. And 1 music album, 1 book, 1 luxury item, and 1...
Does it have to be a music album, or could it be like an audio?
Yeah, it could be.
Or...
Yeah, but it does have an end to it. You can't say an album that's an unlimited audio book. But yeah,
can you have a trilogy of books?
Again,
like a series of books, or does it have to just be 1 book?
I'm going to say no. 1
and
book.
with the album, it could be like a trilogy of stories?
No, 1 album, Darren. 1 is the key word in this.
But it could be like an audio book.
It could be an audio book, but not a series of audio.
Yeah, just
one.
One CD.
Yeah, but don't
1
forget,
book.
you do have a book. Yeah.
And
So if you want 2 books, then you can have the book and as an audio book as well. Yeah. So 1 book I want from you, 1 luxury item, and 1 music album. And by the way, you've already got the MP3 player or the CD player to listen to. You don't have to wish for that as a luxury item. There's no trick question here. Just your thoughts of how you would survive this island based on your sanity, maybe your pain level. What would you bring with you?
Okay, I've got it.
You've opened the crate now. What's inside the crate?
The book would be Outdoor Survival for Dummies.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
The audio book would be Bear Grylls Survival Guide.
Right. Okay, and your luxury item
would be a Swiss Army knife.
A Swiss Army knife. They're quite good ones. Yeah. Do you think
But
you'll
mine would
get
be.
one first time?
I want to clarify.
No, I
something.
want to do it
It'd be a
first
really
time.
good Swiss Army knife. It wouldn't be just like a.
Yeah, no, we're not really cheap.
pocket.
One of those
Really
cheap
good
£1 ones.
Yeah.
With a compass on and all that sort of stuff.
I'm going to do this properly. I'm going to go for the book. It's going to be George Orwell's 1984.
Right. Why?
Because it's really grim. And when I'm thinking on this island,
You want to be even grim?
I read it and think, oh, well, at least I'm not there.
Right. Okay.
I'm not in the 1984 universe.
Okay. What about a music album?
Album would probably be Queen's Greatest Hits.
Queen's Greatest Hits. You like
Yeah,
Queen?
I like Queen.
Okay, that's fine.
Good band.
Yeah. And a luxury item, Darren, something that you will.
Can it be Below Dinghy?
No, because that will help you escape the island.
You hardly escape in the sea,
Well,
the open ocean in a rubber dinghy. Although I do know a couple of people who've tried it.
Yeah, it's possible.
If you have the dinghy just to have a little trip round to make you a bit happier.
Actually, no, I'll
then
go
that's
to the
fine.
dinghy then.
Yeah, no
pee.
engine, no outboard engine on the dinghy. Just
Yeah, you just
paddles.
just purely for leisure, not for survival.
I'll go for an harpoon or a crossbow.
Harpoon or a crossbow.
So I can go. It's easier for fishing than what?
Off the top of my head with this, I haven't actually pre-planned this, but my music album would probably be one of my favourite bands, Meat Math, actually. Foo Fighters were coming a close second, but Meat Math. Probably the latest Meat Math album, which I love. One book is very difficult for me because I don't really read very much, but...
What manual to the MP3 player?
What? Yeah. Maybe, what book would I like to read that I would actually, like
Harry
to get
Potter.
through?
I know you've been eager to read it for quite some time.
You don't mind reading graphic novels?
Yeah, actually.
Game of Thrones?
I would pick
No, 'cause it's
some Walking Dead comics. Now, I know I can only pick one. You can pick like a compendium of comics. I would pick the
you
Walking
didn't
Dead
say that.
compendium.
You said one book.
Okay, alright, and the first book of Walking Dead, because it's pretty good. And a luxury item.
Would be a Swiss Army knife, wouldn't it?
Blow
It would. Go on, don't lie.
I would pick a tent.
A tent?
I would pick a tent.
You're on a desert island, what do you need a tent for?
It's just a bit more of a comfort thing. I'm not very inventive with leaves and wood.
Maybe it doesn't.
Yeah. No,
Rain's everywhere.
I won that one, I think, didn't I?
You won it. It's not a competition, this one, right? It's just...
No, definitely is a competition.
But...
And I won.
Competition, I'll be winning.
Right, okay, on to our next section now. Another serious discussion. It's quite a serious one, this. You may not think so, but my question to you is, are left-handed people smarter than right-handed people?
Bullshit.
Now, our listeners might be thinking, what is he going on about? But I do have quite a few compelling
Not just your
arguments.
listeners. Not
We're
just
thinking
the
that as
listeners
well.
are thinking that.
I do have a few compelling arguments here that could maybe sway your mind.
Okay, so the next segment is going to be Phil's coincidences
Right,
of a few smart left-handed people.
I'll tell you where this originates from. Working in the NHS, I work with a lot of doctors, and seeing that quite a large number of these doctors are left-handed got me thinking. You've got to be of smart natures to be a doctor. Not everyone gets into medical school, for instance. They're judged based on how educationally minded they are, how academically skilled they are. And
how much money they've got.
Maybe that too, yeah. Which may separate why they're right-handed, some of those. But a lot of doctors that I come across are left-handed. And same with nurses. There are some nurses that are right-handed, but the ones that are left-handed, they act in a different way in an emergency situation. And it just got me thinking, what was your opinion on left-handed people versus right-handed people? Do you think it's random? I'll give you some facts. I've actually done a bit of research and I've been putting a few facts. Some of these I did not know, and some of them, it only backs up my opinion, but you may not believe it anyway. If I said to you James A. Garfield, Herbert Hoover, Harry S. Truman, Gerald Ford, Ronald Reagan, George W. Bush, Bill Clinton and Barack Obama, who are they, for instance?
I know who they are.
Yeah.
They're all American presidents. Can I just borrow the paper that you're reading from though?
Yeah, you can.
If yesterday, before you started reading this, I said to you, who is James A. Garfield, what would you have said?
I'd have said I don't know who he is.
Right.
Yeah.
Herbert Hoover?
I've heard of him. No, I knew he was a president. I knew what he was. I'm not spelled.
I'm not too sure about that.
I promise you I did.
That was quite some time ago.
Yeah, but I've heard of him.
He didn't invent the Hoover.
No, I know that.
Harry Truman, maybe you knew.
Yeah.
Gerald Ford, you wouldn't have said was a...
No, he's one where I was like, no. But the
Ronald
rest,
Reagan,
yeah.
maybe.
Bush, Clinton, Obama, all them, to our listeners, in case you're wondering what I'm going on about, are left-handed people, and we're all presidents of the United States.
Do you know how many presidents of the United States there have been?
I know there's been a lot, I know. But when we look at the years of this, from 1831 to current, that's not a great... I know it's over 100 years ago. It's almost over than 200 years ago. But there's a significant portion of people there who are presidents of the United States.
You're missing possibly some of what
the greatest
American
ones.
people would say are the greatest presidents that have ever been.
Yeah,
whereas
I
Abraham Lincoln,
anyway,
he was the best one.
Well, anyway, they were all presidents and they were all left-handed, right? Point number one. A fact here that doesn't back up my argument, but it's something you might want to know. 12% of the world are left-handed. Only 12%. Small percentage of people in the world are left-handed. Another few famous people. Albert Einstein, Leonardo da Vinci, they were both left-handed. We've got Jack the Ripper, Napoleon Bonaparte, Joan of Arc. I'm not saying clever people, but I'm just saying, people we know. Queen Mother, Prince William, Winston Churchill, Tom Cruise, Morgan Freeman, Jimi Hendrix, Bob Geldof, and Sir Paul McCartney.
Okay.
All left-handed. Now again, I'm not necessarily saying they're smarter than someone, but they've certainly got a lot of wealth behind them, which could anticipate that maybe they are smart and we don't realise it.
Yeah, but
You
you
see where I'm
said
getting at?
12% of the
12%.
world.
Mm.
That's
So think
quite a
about
lot
it
of
this
people.
way.
Go on.
There's 7 billion people in the world. 10% of...
7 billion. So that's 0.7 billion.
Or as some people might say, 700 million.
Oh, yeah,
It's
fine.
a lot of people.
Too many numbers for me to comprehend that, right? So, yeah, okay. Yeah, go on.
What I'm trying to tell you is, you're telling us up front 12% of people are left-handed.
Yeah.
So statistically, 12% of famous people are going to be left-handed.
Yeah.
I don't even think that's 12% of famous people.
I do see what point you're getting at, and I understand.
I can tell you one thing about your second list of just random people.
Yeah.
Albert Einstein, Leonardo da Vinci, Tom Cruise, all dyslexic.
Yeah, that could be another point. Yeah. Also, Chewbacca and Wookiee are left-handed.
Wookiees are a race of people.
Yeah, rookies are
Oh yeah, true. Yeah,
All Wookiees are left-handed.
Apparently so. Yeah.
How do you know that?
Chewbacca and the Wookiees are left-handed.
Made up
I don't know.
universe.
You not think it's
It's
just
not
the guy
racist.
who plays Chewbacca who
All
is
right.
left-handed?
I've got another fact for you. Left-handed people, this is statistically proven apparently, as far as I know. Left-handed people are more likely to have IQs over 140 versus right-handed people. Yeah? No? Still not convincing you?
No.
This sort of, I mean, it doesn't defy it, but it does make you think, are we different from, are right-handed people different from left-handed people? Left-handed people are more likely to be schizophrenic, alcoholic, dyslexic, delinquent, and have Crohn's disease and mental disabilities. Why are they more likely to have that, for instance? What
Probably
separates?
because there's more
Genetics,
right-handed
I think.
people.
Yeah, well, yeah, you could be right. The fact that our brains are cross-wired, meaning that the left hemisphere controls the right-handed side of the body, and vice versa. So left-handers can boast that they are always in their right mind. That's just a small fact for you to comprehend. During the Middle Ages, left-handed folk were thought to be possessed by the devil. So this has been going on for some time. Prompting the modern definition of the word sinister, which comes from sinistra, the Latin word for left. Just a few facts for you to have a think of. But,
That's an interesting coincidence for the day, Darren.
Yeah, exactly.
all right. 4 of the 5 original designers of the Macintosh computer were left-handed. The Macintosh computer. 4 out of 5 people who designed the Macintosh computer were
I think we
left-handed.
should be referring back to the conspiracy theories from the last podcast.
From the last podcast,
You
maybe.
seem quite level-headed and not to be fooled by conspiracy theories or random happenstance. But
So you don't
this
think
week-
there's any significant
no,
difference between a lefty and a
it's
righty?
just statistics.
It's just random, basically. You're either born right-handed or left-handed.
Yeah.
None
I
between
don't think
the two.
it makes a single shred of difference.
No?
No,
That's
and
fine.
but left-handed people can't hold scissors. But,
Yeah,
Can
well,
you get left-handed scissors?
can I forget left-handed? That's true. Yeah.
no, they can't hold normal scissors.
I can't hold left-handed scissors.
There you go.
Right, well, okay. You have slowly actually convinced me that maybe
What
I'm
what
wrong.
I think you should do is, in your own time, not waste the podcast time, but in your own time, search for famous or intelligent right-handed people and see how big your list is then, and you can compare them together.
I suppose so. Yeah. No, you're right. Okay, that ends our discussion. We will go to another game now, which I like to call Area 52.
Okay.
Okay, here's a little typical scenario. Please, no little loopholes around my scenario. This just happens. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. We have a room with an experimental government-made black hole that allows you to completely wipe out one thing in the world that you dislike. One thing that irritates you, or one thing that you just can't possibly stand and that you feel does more bad than good to this world, and we'd be better off without it. So you basically get to choose one item, one pet peeve, an annoyance, an animal, an antic, or even a person that you dislike. You get to eradicate them. You get to throw them in the black hole. They no longer exist, or it no longer exists. And I'm basically asking you what really grinds your gears that you would like to get rid of.
People who score sweaty, cheesy goals on FIFA. That's what I would put in.
That's what we're So we're playing a game of FIFA, and somebody has just
passes it across the goal.
Yeah,
and the goalkeeper's coming out.
Yeah.
So it's just a category of
cheesing it,
people.
as we call it. Yeah. It doesn't matter. It can be anything. It can be someone, something. For instance, most people pick pretentious people.
Either that or Kanye West.
Kanye West, yeah,
Oh,
if you want to do a person.
Okay.
Yeah. Kanye West.
Standard.
You only pick one, Ryan, out of these two. It's
one or the other.
Being white. One or the other. Let's get Kanye West, shall we? We have to come up with a discussion of why we think, Darren, me and you, for instance, whether Ryan is right. Should Kanye West go in the black hole? Should he stay out? Me particularly, I mean, none of us know him, let's be honest. But he's in a lot of bad press, and if the bad press is true, then yeah.
I just know he's an arrogant brat.
I think he should go in. He's one of these that have just got famous, and now he's famous for being an idiot. So I agree. I will allow Kanye West to be thrown into Area 52, into the black hole of doom. So we're putting Kanye West in there.
Yeah, putting him in.
Kanye West is in the black hole, disintegrated
Winner.
from all of humanity. Darren, the same question to you. It doesn't have to be a person. It can be a thing. It can be, you know.
I could put.
Peace.
I could put people who call the favourite football team we, and they're like, we
like,
scored.
Oh, did you see the goal we scored last week?
Yeah, it's like you didn't do anything. You sat on your arse and watched TV.
So you'd put in those.
But
people.
no, I'm not going to put them. I'm going to put people who litter.
People who litter.
Yeah, people who litter in the streets. Something.
Now Ryan is quite a known litterer. You do realise this. So this may not go in the black hole. It doesn't matter.
I don't care.
But
I can't stand it.
yeah, I agree. People who litter are quite selfish people. No offence, Ryan, but you are polluting the world when you could have.
I've never said I'm not selfish.
But I would chuck litter.
I wouldn't say I'm a prolific litterer.
No, but I have seen you wind
don't.
down my window and throw out something, for instance.
Yeah, but it's annoying when you go for a walk somewhere really beautiful, like I don't know, like the countryside,
like on the beach,
and you just see like loads of
Belgreen
cans,
Lanes, actually.
You see loads of beer cans and everything. It just ruins the view.
I wouldn't litter in a nice area. Like we cleaned up all that stuff when we last went to the beach.
Yeah, but anywhere can be a nice area. If you
Belgreen
don't litter.
Lane
Even
can be a
Belgreen.
nice area.
Yeah.
No, it can't.
It could if people treat it
But
well.
it could be an increasingly worse area.
The
if people
Grove.
keep littering.
Yeah, it could be. You never know.
So yeah, I would throw litter people in. I'll allow it. But Ryan,
100% no.
You'd leave them out. You don't think it's serious, Ken?
No.
Darren, I'm sorry, but people that litter do not go into Area 52, I'm afraid. No. I don't know what I'd pay. I have a lot of annoyances. I have an annoyance of people that tailback people, you know, people that don't indicate and then just suddenly turn. But my pet peeve in this world is people who do think that they are better than a lot of people, pretentious people. I would chuck pretentious people. Anybody that is pretentious and who thinks that they are better than what they actually are, I would like to throw them in. Darren, have you met a lot of pretentious people, you think?
I have met quite a few pretentious people, and I have to agree with you on this one.
Yeah,
so I'm going to throw them into Area 52.
It's a difficult one, I've got to say.
May I remind you, Ryan, that this is not a competition.
Well, I mean, I'm the only one who's got something in the black hole.
See, this is why you shouldn't be allowed to vote for yourself.
That's true.
You voted for me as well. Kanye
Right.
West in there, 100% vote. We got Kanye West.
Yeah, Ryan, would you throw pretentious people into a black hole?
The one thing you've got to think about with this one is people should be free to live their life as they see fit. So if they want to be pretentious, who am I to tell them not to be?
But it's not the fact that you're not telling them what to be. They can be what they like, but they have
can't
an impact.
because they won't exist anymore.
Yeah, but
yeah, let's throw them.
Yeah, you throw
I'll
pretentious
let you
people
have
in. Yeah.
No generous.
Yeah. Just think, you've met someone maybe in work who just talks to you like you are maybe a piece of dirt, and that is pretentiousness. They do feel that they are better than you, and that they can talk to you in that way. Them are going in the black hole. They're wiped from existence.
Yes. Yeah. Get rid of them.
I'll have to add a sound effect. So that ends our Area 52 game. For our final part of the podcast, we're going to have a Game of Thrones competition.
Yay!
Darren will like this one because he's a big fan of Game of Thrones. So it's Game of Thrones question time, and it's you two get to battle it out. We do have a Game of Thrones fan versus a non-Game of Thrones fan, but you get to battle it out to take the crown. I know Ryan likes winning, so it doesn't
sit on the Iron Throne.
So it's questions for you, and we're going to see who has the better knowledge of Game of Thrones, basically. Here we go. Ryan, first question to you. It's more of an opinion, and I'm going to judge your opinion, basically. But
I've got very good opinions usually, Darren.
Here we go.
Not really.
So Ryan, from the previous season of Game of Thrones, we're all asking the same question, it seems, and that is Jon Snow really dead?
Jon Snow. Jon Snow.
No, Jon Snow. Is Jon Snow really dead? We saw last time that Ollie told Jon Snow that a range has arrived with
Jon
knowledge
Snow.
of his uncle Benjen. No, I've got it here, Darren. It's right there, isn't it? It says
It's Jon Snow, not Jack
I was
Snow.
reading it last
Well,
night. Jon Snow.
Yeah, Jon Snow. Jon Snow.
Okay.
So we saw in the previous season that Ollie told Jon Snow that a range had arrived with knowledge of his uncle Benjen. But then Jon Snow discovers that he has been betrayed, and a group of mutineers led by Sir Alistair Thorne stab Jack repeatedly.
John.
With the ruthless Ollie dealing the final killing blow,
Right.
leaving poor Jon Snow to die in
Jon
the freezing snow. So the question we're all asking, Ryan, is Jon Snow really dead?
The question I'm asking is, where did you get this information?
This
Calling
is
Jack
true.
Snow?
It says
the
Jon.
book, I
It says
think.
Jon Snow. No, anyway, it's fine. No.
Stop trying to interrupt, Darren. It's
Yeah,
my turn.
this is Ryan's question. Is he really dead? Do you think there's any chance of him coming back?
I've thought about this a lot in my own personal life. It's
Yeah.
been a question that's been tearing me up inside for quite some time.
Yeah, okay.
And I've got to say, I do believe he is dead. It's
You
definitely
do?
not coming
There's
back.
no way he's coming back. I don't think he's coming back, for instance.
No. I don't think it would
But
make
there's
sense
nothing-
for the story.
Like, there's nothing in the story that sort of said that he could come back. There's no way.
There
Is there? Oh
Yeah.
well. Next question for you, Darren. Then okay. So anyway, Ryan, you
Yeah,
don't.
I think I'll win that one. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Right. Well, I'll just based on you on how you say that. Darren, question for you then. I hope you appreciate this, Darren. I've done all my research on Game of Thrones.
I do appreciate it.
Yeah. And I'm not a big fan of the show, but I've been doing research and I've been watching. I've watched 3 already, right? And I couldn't believe how long the episodes actually are.
Don't you know?
No. This one I watched was 3 hours long. The first one I watched was 3 hours long.
I probably watched 3 together then.
Well, I don't know. It was just so long. I couldn't believe it. Anyway, I did my research. That's part of the buy-in. I appreciate this part of the podcast.
I do.
Okay. Anyway, moving on. Darren, in Game of Thrones, which character's blade is inscribed with the following verse? One ring. Oh no, sorry, hold on. I'll start again, sorry. One sword to rule them all, one sword to find them, one sword to bring them all, and in the darkness, bind them.
That's Lord of the Rings.
No, it's Game of Thrones. But
No, it's not.
which character in particular has the sword or blade that says that?
Well, I know none of them has a sword what says that, but...
The answer was Tyrion Lannister, who's also known as the Hobbit, apparently, in Game of Thrones, as far as I know. But yeah. Anyway, next question. Ryan, which one of the 7 gods is not in Game of Thrones? Is it the Mother, the Crone, the Healer, or the Smith? Which one is not one of the 7 gods?
One of the 7 gods. It's easy on that. I know it straight away. It's the healer.
The Healer. Correct.
100%.
Yeah, Darren, you agree?
It
That's
is the
correct.
healer.
Okay. Darren, final question. Chance for you to redeem yourself here because it's
I'm storming into the lead. I must
quite
say.
well. He is, yeah, but he could come back with this one if he gets it right. But anyway, we'll see. Darren, which character from Game of Thrones said the following? And it's a soundbite for you.
You shall not pass!
I'm guessing it might be Gandalf the Grey.
No, he's from
No,
Lord of the Rings.
He's Lord of the Rings.
I'll go for the Hound then. His little brother.
You're actually both wrong. Ned Stark said it just before he gets his head chopped off in the first season. Anyway, that concludes our podcast for the day. I'm sorry, but Ryan, you are the overall Game of Thrones champion. I'd like to thank all our listeners for tuning into this podcast. You've been listening to Careless Talk Podcast. I've been your host, Philip Burford, and I'd like to thank my guest, Ryan Jolley, and Darren Turner. Thanks for listening, everyone, and so long for now.
Still absolute bullshit, that quiz.